Yeah, so there's like this divine design that I'm aware of. It's like when one first relates to the divine, it's more like a space or well, something formless or something that comes through bliss or love, whatever. It is a little bit abstract. Meeting the divine is very direct inside, but what you see is it's a little bit like well, you come to a forest and first you just see one green mass. When you start walking into it and looking into the details, you will see more and more. Oh, this is that tree. This is the other tree. This is an animal that's moving behind the leaves there, etc., etc. You'll see all the details of what the forest is. While when you stand outside and for the first time you see a forest, it's like, wow, what's that? you know. So it's coming from a blurry vision into a detailed vision of its actuality, and that yeah that is kind of what I came into realizing and seeing is the actual structuring of the formless divine. Like it's formless, it's not material in the sense how we relate to matter, how we see things here. This body, this is that window, this is this book, this is, we see it here in three-dimensional reality. It doesn't have a form in that sense, but within what it is, within its divine spaciousness, it does have levels, it does have very particular dimensions, it does have functionings of parts. It has different parts, it has different points, it has points that relate to points, it has it does have that what you find in mythology and cosmology of any ancient religion. Like Shiva is a particular energy, Krishna is a particular energy, Hanuman is a particular energy, and the same you have in the Christian. It's like Saint Michael is a very particular energy, and Saint Gabriel is a very particular energy, and the Virgin Mary is a particular energy. You have in Christian or cosmology very you have in each cosmology you have descriptions of energies, and when you don't go by those filters or those translations that are given to you, even so they can help you open to it and reveal it. I mean, there's truth in all of these downloads or teachings, or as you want to call it. But as you come directly into it, you will meet the reality of what that is on the higher planes, how they really work, how they really function, how they really interact. And what's happening now is like this download. I mean, first it was like the ascent into it, and the seeing, coming into seeing it and realizing it, or at least parts of it, because it's always parts. We will always see only a part. It's too big for someone to see the whole. to see every detail. It's like, like go in the Amazon and try to meet every leaf and every ant and every tree individually. You won't be able to. It's too big. But you can study trees, and you can study ants, and you can understand the design that's going on there in that forest. So that's the same thing. It's possible to come to that realization if you evolve spiritually in a way that you're able to move on those levels, that makes it clear what the design is, the divine design, how it is eternally in an absolute way. And as that realization is completed, a download of the design is happening into the body, into this body. And then it is like these structures and levels of the divine, of divine qualities, of divine reality become manifest. They're manifesting in this body. And as this body moves in this three-dimensional reality, it's an actualization of that on this plane. Because this plane has also a design, and is actually a reflection of that divine design, but it's such far away reflection that you can't realize how it's meant to be. You can't realize the divine design of the material world or of this earth through just living on the earth and having a body and having senses and having a mind. For you to realize that the ascension is first. Once the ascension is completed and you are in a body, the download starts happening. And that download comes through this body into the surroundings, into forms around me. And there it's a work, it's a download work of divine design into material form. And it's really happening. Like the download is going on. Just I speak of my experience. It's not a theory. And it's available, and particularly its effects are available. So its effects means that when you are touched by that grace, because it is divine grace that moves in it, and it is divine grace that allows that to come down here and to be here. And when you're touched by that in any whichever way, there are many ways, but if you're touched by that, it activates in you the codes of that design. And particularly, it activates the codes of your particular positioning in that design, like your makeup, like your soul resonance in the eternal becomes activated in a way that it becomes able to shine through in your life, in your reality, which will give you a lot of surprises, because it's not like when I speak of your design or your blueprint, it has nothing to do with how you relate to yourself as a person. It has it's of a completely different nature, an absolutely different nature. So for it to come through, will partly use, I mean, it will use the qualities that you have here as a person, but it will use them partly in a way that 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 that's in tune with what you like and what you want and what's easy for you, and on the other side, it will come through the opposite of that. It will come through things you don't like to do. It would come through things that are not typical for you. It will invoke energies that are contrary to that your pattern behavior. Um, it it will actually very much do that. Like, let's say you're a very sleepy, lazy person, it will invoke an energy of you now. Get up, stand up, do, make, create, you know. Or if you're like an overdoer and a control freak, you know, it will invoke in you a very, very soft and feminine and letting go quality within, because it will balance what is out of balance in you. Yeah, the divine design will reshape you, reform you, restructure you, and nothing will be the way you thought it is. Neither you yourself in you, nor how you look at reality, nor how you see things. For the divine design to land here, it's ruthless. You know, it doesn't care. It doesn't give a shit about your ego. So whatever, it will just smash it. But it will only do that in accordance with what you're also ready to move into. The divine design isn't something that forces itself on you. It is dependent on you allowing it. Yeah, so if you have any resonance to what I'm saying, if you know what I'm talking about, even if you don't understand everything, or maybe it evokes a lot of questions or something, but like you have a resonance of the truth of it, that there is actually something like a divine design there in eternity, and it's waiting to come down, and you also know that it is coming down, and you also know, or you sense the authenticity of why I'm sharing this. Yeah, then come in. I mean, let it move in you, let it activate in you, and yeah, move. I hope. Thank you.